it's a deep honor, a privilege, and a joy to be able to introduce the award winner tonight, Mr. Sam Waterston.
Yeah, and they're not attached to each other, so be careful. Thank you. So, wow. I was going to read off the list of people that have already received this honor, but that's already been done. And I was going to say, my feeling on reading that list was, what am I doing here? But obviously, you guys have gotten together and made me sound like I'm somebody. So I can't tell you how grateful I am, and I'm just going to skip to my prepared remarks because if I keep trying to talk, I'm not going to be able to find words. But thank you. Thank you all. Thank you very much. I am really and truly honored to have been awarded this prize, and by what's already been said, it associates me with Abraham Lincoln. I'm in awe of his mind, understanding, eloquence, character, courage, and soul. And you've associated me with the people you've honored before me. And Senator Durbin is being honored, and I'm being honored with him. Harold Holzer, another historian, a Lincoln historian, and my Lincoln partner in crime for decades, had kind words, and his wife Edith is here. Senator Angus King honored me twice by agreeing to introduce me and then by speaking so kindly of me. And Lynn is here with me, my wife, who has made my life possible. My cup runneth over, so thank you. Now comes the hard part. I was at an event once where Mayor Bloomberg was the last speaker, and there was a theme at the evening, and pretty much a lot of the territory had already been covered by the time he got to the stage. And he said, so, at events like this, it very often happens. You get up, you talk, somebody else gets up and they talk, and then somebody else, and then somebody else, and then it's your turn and you're just going to say the same things that everybody else said. But when there are things worth saying, it's good to say them over and over again. So that's what I'm going to do, he said, and that's what I'm going to do. This is a testing time, and there's a tremendous amount of anger and fear out there. I wouldn't necessarily have asked for this to be the moment to talk about how I think what I understand about Lincoln connects with today, but I believe it's the case that the times have come for us, each and every single one of us, that whatever we do or don't do today is going in the book this time. And we all have to stand and be counted. It's rare for a person like me, without any more of what in a court they call standing than a citizen automatically has, to be called on at all. It's an offer we aren't meant to refuse. And I had no excuse because I have Lincoln to lean on. We can't skip this one. History has come for us. This is a precarious moment for this country. It doesn't need proving, because leading up to the election, it was the chief theme of the party that won the White House. And the Democrats have said the same. In the now nearly 100 days since it came to power, the new administration has been purposefully injecting precariousness in the legal profession, in government employment, in citizenship rights and human rights, in education, in international trade, science, international alliances, social relations, and something that undermines all our safety, into the economy. Lincoln said in his Lyceum speech in 1838 that insecurity is a threat to democracy, because in fear for their safety, the people will trade their liberty, the nation's keystone and their most precious possession, for safety. That's what Franklin Roosevelt was talking about when he said the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. This is a precarious time for our country. What are we supposed to do about it? I can tell you what it feels like standing here. It feels like a bad dream. I'm in an operating room. Someone I love is on the table, very sick, in need of an operation to save them. I'm the only one here, and I'm not a doctor, by which, of course, I mean a doctor of politics or of the law. All I am is as a citizen with, like you, a more than passing interest in the legacy and responsibility left by Abraham Lincoln. Fortunately, citizens are just what's needed now. And this is where I'm picking up after what Angus King said about the courts and the Congress, and what he began to say about us as citizens. All we have to do is do our job as citizens. Assuming enough of us do that, all will be well. Lincoln will provide the guideposts, but the time is now. Tomorrow might be too late. We all need to stand up and be counted. This is a precarious time for our country. We can't sit this one out. History has come for us. In 1858, like now, it still looked like the election might just end up as a kind of intense season of regular politics. It was actually a precarious moment for the foundation stones on which the whole country stood. But the issue appeared before the people as a choice between a Democrat and a Republican. In 1858, there was no way to know what would happen in 1861. It was an existential moment masquerading as just another round of party politics, very much like now. Lincoln lost the Illinois Senate race to Senator Douglas in 1858. The country was in trouble and he had no authority to help. His supporters were in despair and said so. Apparently, Lincoln was discouraged too for a time, but not for long. I am glad I made the late race. It gave me a hearing on the great and durable question of the age. And though I now sink out of view and shall be forgotten, I believe I have made some marks which will tell for the cause of civil liberty long after I'm gone. No mention of slavery or union. Civil liberty. Very soon he was telling his friends that Douglas had made promises he couldn't possibly keep, that the cracks would show and the people would not stand for it. Let no one falter. The question is not half settled. New splits and divisions will soon be upon our adversaries and we shall have fun again. But Lincoln knew what the contest was about. Do we? He never stopped saying that the crux of the matter, the thing the war, when it came down to war, was about was liberty, the thing itself, the thing we're all born with. Because we're persons before we're citizens, as Senator King was saying. The thing that made America a country unlike any of the others. They were all made out of territories or tribes. America was made out of just that one idea. It was conceived in liberty, as the Gettysburg Address says. Lincoln always said that the contest was over liberty. He bet everything, his chances and the country's chances, on the people responding to liberty's call. He won 2 elections and the war saying it. And he kept on saying it until the day he was shot down. In Philadelphia, in 1861, on the way to Washington, suddenly asked to speak off the cuff, he said, "What great principle or idea kept this Confederacy so long together? It was that sentiment in the Declaration of Independence which gave liberty, not alone to the people of this country, but I hope to the world for all future time. It was that which gave promise that in due time the weight would be lifted from the shoulders of all men." As he spoke, he knew he might be killed before he ever even got to Washington. And he added, "If this country cannot be saved upon that principle, it will be truly awful." But if it cannot be saved without giving up that principle, I was about to say, I would rather be assassinated on the spot than surrender it. What do we say? We'll be okay if we remember our country's reason for being. The reason we're in the precarious state we are is in the last less than 100 days, the administration has made big elements of the safety liberty depends on insecure, and used that insecurity to concentrate power in itself. When Donald Trump ran for office, he did all he could to make us feel unsafe. He'd talk about how the cities were hellholes and immigrants were all rapists and the economy was in the tank. Now, the administration is working hard to make us feel unsafe. Tariffs are an example. Tariffs make the 401ks of every single American who has one more uncertain. They make the stability of the economy, our economy, and the world economy more uncertain. If a president can so drastically alter the economy on which our safety depends, on his own, what does that say about our liberty? It's time we made our voices heard, not only as partisans, as Democrats or Republicans, but as citizens. There's no mistaking what's going on. The president is asserting powers that presidents before him, Republican and Democratic, haven't claimed. Not like this, not in a flood of edicts like this, not in haste like this, not like this when Congress has not declared war. At least, not in my lifetime, and I'm 84. Not when Nixon was president and tried his dirty tricks, not ever. As the Wall Street Journal puts it, the president is moving to accumulate unprecedented power, and Congress has yet to say boo. Whether our president has the legal right to do what he is doing is one thing. Whether he has the power is another. And then there's a third thing, right and wrong. His legal rights are being tested in courts, but he's acting fast, and the courts take time. As for power, presidents have a lot of it. But to tell right and wrong, All we have to do is be honest with ourselves. Something can be legal and wrong. Something can feel good and be wrong. Something can be within a president's power and wrong. Something can be right and illegal. And we can tell. Whether or not he has the power or can quote from a law, is the president right or wrong to create uncertainty and insecurity and use the fear he inspires to concentrate power in himself? If his action assaults the liberty of individuals and institutions, is that right or wrong? It's our citizens' job to choose, a job that happily comes with being an American, the responsibility Lincoln was talking about. Act like citizens, and we will make some marks that will tell for the cause of civil liberty. We'll be okay if we stand up. Right makes might. But we have to stand up. We can't skip this one. History has come for us, and it will remember. We need to jump across party lines and talk to each other. Call our congressman. Call the other guy's congressman. Listen to neighbors. Be seen. Whatever we think, make it known. All we have to do is stay in the game, and we'll be okay. We will be fine if we do. The habit of democracy is in our bones. We hate the idea of being bossed around by a king. Lincoln said it. It is the eternal struggle between two principles, right and wrong, throughout the world. The two principles that have stood face to face from the beginning of time. The one is the common right of humanity. The common right of humanity. And the other, the divine right of kings. No matter in what shape it comes, it is the same tyrannical principle. This contest is a natural for us. Kings get bad information from yes men in their court, and they make bad decisions that hurt the people, and the people won't stand for it. But we have to stay in the game. The only way we will ever lose our liberty is if we give it away. Lincoln said it. All the armies of Europe, Asia, and Africa combined could not by force take a drink from the Ohio or make a track on the Blue Ridge in a trial of 1,000 years. At what point, then, is the approach of danger to be expected? I answer, if it ever reaches, it must spring up amongst us. If destruction be our lot, we must ourselves be its author and finisher. As a nation of free men, we must live through all time or die by suicide. This is a precarious moment. I don't cry when I think we might let go of this country, which isn't a territory or a tribe, which is nothing more than a sublime idea organized. The most beautiful and practical political idea anyone ever had, which has lived 250 years. Big boys don't cry. But when I'm out walking these past couple of months, my eyes sometimes water on their own. There's a chill in the air. This is a precarious moment, but we'll be okay if we stand up, not so much now to have higher taxes and better services, or lower taxes and fewer air traffic controllers. If we stand up for liberty and for the law that keeps it safe and applies to all of us from the moment we arrive here, whoever we are, however we got here, whether we're the president or an immigrant. We're going to have to act, get together, show up, demand to have our security back, get to know our strength again. Something will happen. What looks permanent now will be gone in a day. The truth will come out. People's minds will change. Congress will do its part. Good intentions will find lawful means, and we will have fun again. But we have to speak up now and act now, and then we will save our country. Angus King said it, Lincoln said it, fellow citizens, we cannot escape history. We of this Congress and this administration, and I'll add we here in this room, will be remembered in spite of ourselves. No personal significance or insignificance can spare one or another of us. The trial through which we pass will light us down in honor or dishonor to the latest generation. We say we are for the Union. The world will not forget that we say this. We know how to save the Union. The world knows we do know how to save it. We, even we here, hold the power and bear the responsibility. We shall nobly save or meanly lose the last best hope of earth. Other means may succeed. This could not fail. The way is plain, peaceful, generous, just. A way which, if followed, the world will forever applaud, and God must forever bless. I can't think of a better way to say it. Thank you for this wonderful honor, and thank you for hearing me out. God bless America.